And that stillness is all around. And the being, it's our self. It's our own self. And that self is everywhere, all around us. It's all around. And, we thought we were this body-mind person. But really, we find out when we wake up that we're really awareness itself, pure awareness, which is the same one field of awareness that all existence exists in. And because of, due to. So we want to not just become more familiar with that unbounded being, which is the true reality of ourself, but become it. Become it. And out of the false identification with the body mind, to really wake up to who you really are, to who I really am, the I, the self itself. Because that is the first step, really, in the awakening of that being, that unbounded, infinite being that you are, to itself, to what it really is, and what this body, mind, and world really is. But first, and of course, it's all divine. It's all really divine. First, we have to become the silence. Become it's not just silence that the mind experiences. No, this silence and this stillness, it is everywhere, all around us, it's pure awareness. It's awake to itself on its own level, everywhere within itself. And so we want to become that, and this is what we do here, or we move, at least move in that direction. And what that means is, when we listen to this, we don't really listen to the words as such. We don't really do anything. We just sit. We just sit. And, allow the ears to hear the words, allow the mind to think if it wants to think, allow the feelings to feel if they want to feel, allow the body, all the sensations in the body to feel, to be there. Allow all the perceptions that are happening in the world around us here, just to be, just to be. And so this means we don't really mind what the mind is doing. We don't listen to it because its mind is just full of concepts and ideas and beliefs and opinions and experiences. Don't listen to what the mind is telling you. Just be, simply be awake. Simply be awake. And allow whatever is happening to happen. Because here, what happens is it's a little different, really. Because we think that it's this person speaking to you. But really what it is, and has been all along, it has been being. It's been the self, the being itself, speaking to itself in the appearance of you and me, the so-called you and me. And so let's just be real, be really real. By that, we're not talking about being your authentic self. That's not real. That's just what the body mind is. That's not who you are. We're talking about being who you really are. And so, which is this pure field of awareness upon which the whole surroundings, all of your perceptions are contained in that. The whole body mind, all of your perceptions are contained in this. Well, the mind experiences that it's stillness, silence. But the mind cannot know being. Only the being can know itself. So all the help that the mind is trying to give us to know being is not useful for the awakening to being. Because the being itself is timeless now, timeless, non-doing, pure being. And of course, mind is in time and space, so it will never be able to find the self, the timeless being. So this is why we don't listen to it. And also, this is why we also don't get in to the memory of our past experiences, which are in the mind. So no matter how many beautiful spiritual experiences we've had in our life, if it's been an experience that comes and goes, then that's not it. And what we want is something that is real, something that does not come and go, something that is right here now, that is behind the mind, behind the body, behind the senses. It's underneath, yet it's permeating, pervading. It's right in front of us, and yet it's so vast and really indescribable that the mind doesn't see it. The senses can't see it. And we've been blind to it all our life, and it's been right in front of us all along. And it's even sort of disguised as stillness, the stillness and silence in the space around. It's not really disguised as that, it's just that it actually is it. But the mind only experiences it as the stillness, the silence, or presence. This is for the really the stillness to experience itself through the apparatus of the body mind. Because really the real I sense that you know yourself to be is and always has been this stillness that is ever present, that is omnipresent, everywhere, all in the whole space around, and in the whole world, and in the whole universe all around. It underlies everything and supports everything and gives life to everything. So, so why wouldn't we want to not just know it, but remember ourselves, the self, to remember itself, not as this body mind, but as this unbounded awareness that you really are. So this is what takes place here. We just listen to this simply. We don't have to know anything. We don't learn anything. We don't teach anything. The being, the omnipresent being, it's you can't learn that. you can you can study that. It's not a topic of study. You know, you can't study enlightenment. It's not like that. It's not like that. You become it because you already are it, and you've been it all along. But the experience of being that unbounded awareness has been it's missed. It's been missed. That's all. Missed. And yet there's nothing more predominant, nothing more substantial than the presence that is right here now. The stillness in presence is just the stillness awake to itself, experienced from the perspective of the mind. But from the perspective of being it, it's pure awareness, awake to itself. It's awake to itself, and it's conscious of itself at every point within itself. And so, you see, it sees itself from everywhere, at all times. It doesn't lose the vision of its own omnipresence, of its own infinity. No? Because if we could be that with just suppose, I mean, we know that really the majority of the people listening to this have shifted to that, have become that. We know that because there's very few people that are interested in being no one, being just unbounded being. They're more interested in, you know, things, spiritual things, and that's what the mind is interested in. But but being itself is interested in itself. It's interested in experiencing itself. Because what happens when the being experiences itself more deeply all by itself and moves back upon itself to know itself more intently? What takes place is that it opens up to something that is so beautiful, so divine, so far more divine than those experiences of bliss that we may have had in past experiences. Far more beautiful, far more profound, far more vast, far more real and substantial, because they never, it, when it opens up to that, it opens up. It doesn't go back. It stays open to that. And not only that, continues to open up more and more and more to something even more precious and beautiful with every footstep into itself, into the knowing of itself. Like that. And so this is why we want to know the self first. It's a prerequisite before we can know God. It's the essential thing. All the ideas and beliefs and faith and everything that we have, we feel the love to God and everything, all of that is, it's just temporary, it's transitory, it's ephemeral, it's not the eternal reality of what God really is and what you really are, what the self really is. Well, why? It's just, why be, why settle for just mm, a chocolate bar when you can live in a pure sugar, infinite, unbounded field, pure sweetness, pure love, pure joy, pure compassion, pure truth, pure truth. That just opens up more and more. So this is what takes place here. This is what this is for. It's to open up the openness. Open up the spaciousness. Open up the silence, the stillness. Open up the presence that is here now in the space around us. Because if we really knew what this presence really is, if we really knew what the world and universe and your body mind really is, we would be in a constant state of surrender, constant state of pure surrender. And because that's what is right here now. And it's that pure surrender that is, the pure divine surrender that is right here now, that is creating consciousness, you could say. It creates the self, the unbounded self, the being itself. It creates the sense of existence, and it simultaneously unleashes, creates the intelligence, the cosmic intelligence that creates and appears as all the existence in front of us now, and all the existence that has ever existed and ever will. So we don't want to settle for just some temporary experience. We want the, the truth, the real truth of all existence. And so this is what this is for. It's to invoke, to rekindle the memory of the cosmic reality of the whole total being, the whole total being that we thought we were as an individual person, but that person is not individual. It just appears individual, and this is what we get caught in, the appearance. But in truth, it's cosmic. It is unbounded. It is infinite. It is eternal. It is the one body of all, the one heart of all, the one mind of all, the one being of all that we're opening up to. And so the little body mind that we experience ourselves running around in is just an appearance. Not that it's not real on this level. Of course, it's real on this level, but but that's just it, the beginning, not even the beginning of the unbounded cosmic reality of the true body mind person that is really the cosmic personality of God, of Godhead, that really is, and has always been. And so, wouldn't we like that memory to come back and never be lost again, because it's not a mind memory. It's the consciousness's memory of itself. It is the I. The I sense that you're experiencing right now, that remembers its infinity, its unbounded infinity, in that first awakening, the first shift to cosmic consciousness that we talk about. And that's beautiful, beautiful, profound thing. Big, big step, big awakening, big first step in the total awakening of who and what you really are. And so, without that first step, the rest is, it won't happen on a permanent basis. We can have fleeting experiences now and again, that come and go. And when they come, it's so beautiful and ecstasy and divine and everything. And when they're gone, we're so miserable and small and unhappy. So why would we want to have that up and down? We don't want to live with that anymore. Be here now. Come here now. And just be this, be what you are. Be this stillness. Be this presence. Be this wakeful alertness. This pure wakeful alertness that underlies, supports, and contains all of this appearance of the body, mind, and world that the senses perceive. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The senses could be refined enough to experience all the subtle levels of creation, and maybe even all of the universes in the multiverse. But if we have not clearly shifted to being unbounded awareness itself, all of that will come and go. It's just a fleeting experience. So, right in front of us, right here now, there is something that has been here all along. Before we've even started this, really, even before you were born, before anyone was born, and will be here when you are gone and when everyone is gone. And it happens to be right here now in front of us. We're in it. It is this timeless, non-doing, non-moving stillness from the perspective of the mind, and or some presence, watching presence in the space around us, watching the little body mind. That's just the experience from the mind, from the perspective of the mind. What takes place is when the intensity of the stillness and presence, that watching presence that is everywhere all around, becomes more intense. And if you've been listening to this innocently and simply, and without trying to know anything or understand, just being simple and open. And right now, you're faced with a presence, a wholeness in front and all around and behind, everywhere, all around you. That is really undeniable to the mind. And that wholeness, that presence is becoming more intense, more predominant, let's say. It's always intense. It becomes more. Its own intensity. It becomes more. We become more awake to its intensity. It's real power that is here, all around. And we don't need to fear this. I mean, maybe the mind gets a little apprehensive from it. And that's okay. Don't need to fear. Don't fear this. But if there's some fear there, that's okay too. That's okay. Just allow it to be there. There's some part of your being that is not really touched by it, not really affected by it, no matter how fearful it may get, or no matter how disruptive the emotions become, or how rattled the mind becomes. We just don't mind all of that. Because what is really in front of us, though we may not recognize it, is it's ourself, and even something more grand than that, more supreme, more beautiful. But we don't want to get into ideas and concepts, and we're not trying to get into some kind of mood or something. No, this is not mood making. This is enlightenment making. This is waking making. Waking up making. And so we just be, we just be present, be here now. Not in the now. It's not that thing being in the now. Everybody's talking about being in the now. No. We're talking about being the now. Being this presence. Being this stillness. being this wholeness, being this light of consciousness that is really brightening its own experience of itself right now, right through us all, through us all. Yeah. We are just, these body minds are just the vehicles for consciousness to experience itself more deeply and to reveal to itself its own divine reality. This is the way that the enlightenment happens. That's the way it happens. This is this is the way it's from the bottom up approach, not from the top down. This is the thing, and what we're doing now is we're getting more familiar with that bottom end of the, and maybe ultimate end of everything everywhere. We're becoming more familiar with it. It's becoming more familiar with itself through us all. We're just sitting here as just just host here in like the alien kind of thing, but not like that. But so that the being can use us to experience and unveil its own supreme divinity to itself, which has been disguised in the appearance of the body, mind, and world around us. It's one thing for the unbounded being itself, the Shiva, to know itself as that unbounded awareness. And it's a beautiful thing. That's just the first step. But most important for that Shiva to wake up to what all of this, what the self has really been all along. And the divine is so masterful in its artistry, in its majesty, that in its disguise, that it is even this fooled Shiva. It's been disguised as the omnipresent self, and disguised as the body, mind, world, universe, the whole universe, of universe. It's been disguised as that. But the being, we say, that we awaken to in that cosmic consciousness and unity consciousness and Brahman consciousness wakes up the real realization that all of the great siddhas and sages and saints have been hoping for and yearning for. And many have been, which is the total field of pure divinity. And just finding out the true, ultimate reality of everything, of all these subtle levels of intelligence, all these subtle bodies, all of the creation, the whole field of cosmic intelligence, finding out what that really is and has been all along. And only the Shiva, the silence, pure awareness, can realize that, can wake up to it. But what in its own unknown self, and greatness, thinking nothing is greater than that. Nothing is. But really, what is that nothing in its totality? And what it finds out. And so we've been taking you through the whole total range of the awakening, the enlightenment, the real enlightenment. Not just the cosmic consciousness, not just the unity consciousness, not just the God consciousness, not just the Brahman consciousness, but beyond that, to a recognition, not a recognition, not a realization, a experiential reality of experiencing that there is no person, there is no me, there is no you, there is no I, there is no self, there is no universe, there is no world, there is no multiverse. It's all pure divinity in appearance, and has been that all along. It's just pure divinity. And so this is what we're opening up to. And at some point, all of us will have that realization. It's not an intellect, not a realization. It's a realization. Real. The reality will dawn at some point on the greatest enlightened being who thinks he's that omnipresent self. That's it. It's something. We're just telling you the whole story in a nutshell. No, just in a nutshell. And so and what we're saying is that there is nothing but pure divinity, appearing as all of this, appearing as you, appearing as what's going on in your life, appearing as what's going on in the world, appearing as the subtle spiritual experiences you may have of some divine qualities, all of that, some of the devas and some of the gods. And she's even disguised herself in the appearance of the unbounded self. What majesty is this? What profundity is this? What greatness is this? What wonderfulness and beauty that is the reality of what is right here now. We're just talking, we're not talking about me, my experience. No. We don't have a me here. You know, we're just allowing the being to talk about itself. You know? That's all. so, so, so it's not about you. It's not about me. No, it's never been about you. Never been about me. It's been about what is true, what is real, what is right here now. That the first step really is being this presence, being presence itself, being omnipresence. This is the thing. This omnipresence is right here now. Don't look for it. You'll never find it with the mind. You will only get fooled. It's the I sense that awakens to itself what it really is. It shifts from being this person to being that unbounded awareness itself. And a real shift, not just some experience, a shift. And when that shift takes place, if it's deep, you cannot go back from that. Once you become infinite, unbounded, you cannot become just a little person again. That unboundedness can experience itself through the little person, and the little person is a better little person. It still remains a little person. But this it doesn't change. This is the thing. And so I want to really have that. And what we're doing now is we're just, in this presence that's everywhere around us here, we're just, invoking just a touch more of the infinite power of the divine that is everywhere in this presence all around us. to add a little spice, a little bit of lever so that we can pry you can pry the being out of the false identification with the body, mind, and objects of appearance. That's all. So we just apply a little more pressure in the wholeness, in the presence around us. So more of the wholeness can experience itself through us. No, all this is don't resist anything that's happening. Just allow it to happen. Why would we want to resist opening up to who you really are and what really is and what is real? We may have to go through, some body has to go through some changes, has to throw off some stress, some releases can take place, some emotions can happen like that. Let's allow it to happen, because here we can do that. We're in safe hands. Safe hands. We're being embraced by the being that is everywhere, all around us. And really by the divine intelligence, pure divinity. You're in good hands. You're in good hands. So just let go. Just let go and surrender. Just surrender to this. Now, this